What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, and I'm here to bring to you my takeaway and analysis video for this week's game versus Michigan State. Um, Let me just start off by saying this was, to me, a bad loss. And I'm not saying it from the standpoint of, obviously, this is a top 10 matchup, so, from that standpoint, I'm not saying a bad loss. I'm saying from the point of we should have won this game. So that's why I say it's a bad loss. It's not something where we got blown out or anything like that, or we just didn't take care of business. And I'm gonna get into some of the things that I saw in the video. So before I get started, let me know in the comment section below how you felt about the game. Do you feel as though Michigan State came back and rallied and won the game, or do you feel as though Michigan collapsed and let them win and lost the game? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below about that. So anyways, this was a prime opportunity for us to, stay undefeated, obviously, keep going, pushing towards, the college football playoffs, if applicable. And, for the most part, two things. One, prove that we were legit, and also, and then also, destroy this narrative of us, not being able to win the big game, especially on the road. And I really thought as though that we were going to be able to do it. It's funny, with these 12 o'clock noon games, it's hard for me to watch them because I'm at work, and it's early on in the day, and it's hard for me to really watch the game because of that, because I got to concentrate with work, and then kind of in between that watch the game. And on top of that, today I actually had to leave out of work and go run an errand and come back. So when I left out, we had just scored a touchdown, putting us up 30-14. And I felt pretty good leaving out. I said, okay, well, we're up 30-14. I got full confidence in the defense. For the most part, we've done what we needed to do. So I was pretty confident that with a 2-score lead, there's about 7 minutes left in the third quarter, that we'd be able to, at a bare minimum, hold on to the lead, if not build on it. And I left out, came back about 45 minutes later, and I was watching it in one room where I was doing my work with the sound off, and then in another room I actually was watching with the sound on, because I had to go back and forth between rooms. So in the room with the sound off, when I came back, I saw the crowd going crazy. I was like, okay, well, maybe they scored a touchdown to make it close. Go back into the other room, and then they flash up the score, and my jaw almost hit the ground. I'm like, we're losing? How? So it's just unbelievable to me. I feel as though it was a collapse. That's my personal opinion. I know Michigan State fans are going to say, no, we rallied from behind, and we rallied for the victory. We earned that victory. But I'm sorry, we collapsed. We gave this game away, and I'm going to tell you why. Like I said, I didn't really watch the game in its entirety because of the fact I was at work and then I had to leave out. So I'm probably going to rewatch it in its entirety to see, the ebbs and flows of the game and things that happen. Reading through the box score, looks like we turned it over, more than we usually would. Looks like JJ fumbled, threw a couple of interceptions. The last one, Kay was just trying to make a play. But the bottom line is our play calling in, when we're ready to score in the red zone, it's just terrible. It's the worst I've ever seen. And video after video, I've been saying and harping upon the fact that if we don't get that cleaned up and fixed, when we go against a team of better quality than the teams that we've gone against in the past, it was going to be a problem. And lo and behold, it was the difference in this game. I know Kenneth Walker ran for 10 million yards and scored 5 touchdowns. I get all that. But at the end of the day, when they had to score, they scored touchdowns. When we had to score, we had to kick field goals. 4 of them. So just imagine if we converted half of those field goals to touchdowns. You're looking at us, being up 41 to 37. We scored each one of those field goals was actually a touchdown. We would have been 49 to 37. That's the difference. They took advantage of all their scoring opportunities and punched it into the end zone. Us, field goals. 4 field goals, 3 touchdowns. This is a game that it came back to bite us. And the play calling is just, I can't even imagine what these guys are thinking when they're making these play calls. I mean, it's just terrible. On that second to last drive, when we weren't able to convert that 4th down, I didn't understand the 3rd down call. It's 3rd down and 4. Instead of trying to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown, why don't you just try and convert the 1st down, and then you got 4 more sets of downs where you could take that shot in the end zone. That's a play that you do on 1st or 2nd down. You don't do it on 3rd down and then hope to convert on 4th down. That was crazy. So I don't know if it's Gaddis or not that's calling the plays, but if it is him, I'm just about done with him. I mean, the play calling, it cost us the game. So it's really disappointing. I don't know where we go from here as far as for the rest of the season goes. Obviously, the season is not over, but now the result of our season is not in our hands anymore. Michigan State now has the upper hand against us. Let's say, for argument's sake, that we somehow win out for the rest of the year. We need help. They got the tiebreaker against us. So in order for us to have any chance of even going to the Big Ten championship game, we have to hope that they lose twice. Man, oh man. It's just, like I said, it's just a disappointing result. I just can't believe that we keep losing to these guys. Because in my opinion, I think that we're the better team. We outgained these guys. I mean, Cade had, his best game. He almost threw for 400 yards. And we lost. I mean, that's just amazing to me. We said that we couldn't throw the football. We threw over 400 yards. So the opportunities were there. The scoring opportunities were there. We just didn't convert. We scored 7 times. They scored 5 times. Difference is, they converted theirs for touchdowns. We didn't. So, I was really surprised. One of the keys that I had mentioned was, containing Kenneth Walker, not allowing him to, have a big game. If we were able to do that, hold them under 100 yards, maybe allow them to get a couple of touchdowns, we win this game easily. But nope. 197 yards, 5 touchdowns. So, like I said, I gotta watch the game again in its entirety. Looked like JJ fumbled the ball twice from what I saw. One fumble lost. I don't know where the context of how that played out in the game is. So when I watch the replay, I'll be able to see how that impacted the game. But, a lot of people in the comment section of previous videos, especially the one I talked about, whether it was time for him to start or not, everyone's saying that he's the guy, he needs to start, he needs to play, Cade needs to be benched. But, obviously, like I said in the previous videos, if the coaching staff felt that he was the number one option, if they felt that he was ready, if they felt as though, Cade was holding us back from, winning, if they felt that JJ gave us the best chance to win, JJ would be starting. So, just let that sink in that, it's not always about the flashy, the flashy plays, the bling bling, whatever you want to call it, because at the end of the day, you might see JJ as the Lambo that's flashy, loud, stylish, fast, but you might have Cade that's your Toyota Camry that's going to get you from point A to B and do it in a safe, convenient, and economical instance, as opposed to Cade that might get you there fast, but you might get a speeding ticket on along the way. So I think the coaching staff knows what they're doing, and they're making the best decision as far as who should be starting and who should be just coming in to fill in spots. Don't get me wrong, I know the coach staff is probably doing this just in case there is an instance where they got to bring in JJ, that he's not just pulled off the bench and is cold or whatever the case may be. He's actually had in-game experience on plays that actually count. So I get it, but going forward, it's going to be Cade's team until the end of the season, regardless. Unless he gets injured or unless he just plays so poorly that you got to make a switch. So I'm going to go over, my grades for the game. I'm going to do it in the best manner that I can. But, the defensive line, obviously we gave up the rushing yards, but, Aiden was getting in there, had a sack. David Ajabo was in there. He had a couple of sacks. So, they were getting pressure on the quarterback, drawing penalties. I thought we got housed on that fumble that got recovered for a touchdown that they somehow reversed the call. I don't know how you reverse a call in that instance where it wasn't clear in the call on the field that it was a fumble. And I don't think it was clear that it wasn't a fumble. So I don't see how they could, by definition, reverse that call. Kind of if you play, if you call, if you say, if you ask me, but it is what it is. Defensive line, let's say B. Like I said, we gave up way too many rushing yards. The sacks were great, but it just wasn't enough. The linebackers, we're going to give them a C at the most. Like I said, they gave up 197 yards, 5 touchdowns. Obviously, they weren't getting the job done. and it's just disappointing all the way around. The secondary, I'm gonna give them a B plus. 2 interceptions. Uh, for the most part, held their big explosive play wide receivers in check. I think Payton Thorne only threw for about 196 yards, which is way under what they normally do. Their wide receivers didn't really do a whole lot. So, I think overall, secondary was played pretty decently, probably out of position on some of those runs. But overall, they played decently. Now onto the offense. So offensive line, I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna say a C plus. Uh, didn't really do anything explosive in the rushing game. Didn't open up the holes really. Didn't allow a sack or anything like that. So that's a positive. But our running game didn't match theirs, which was a key thing in this game. I would have liked to see us rush for a little bit more. I mean, it kind of worked out as far as, from the game plan that I said in the predictions video. Keep them honest with the running game just enough to be explosive in the passing game, and that's actually what we did do. But I felt as though we could have run for more, or should have run for more. Running backs, C as well. No touchdowns. Not very good run yards per carry. Nobody over 100 yards. We did enough to keep them honest, but nothing where I felt as though they did anything to really, keep the defense honest. It was okay as far as our running backs go, but not anything close to what it should have been. The wide receivers. So this is a difficult one, and the reason why is because they scored the 3 touchdowns. Obviously, Andrew Anthony had a huge game. Where did he come from? And I'm not saying where did he come from like I don't know he's on the team. Obviously I do, but I mean, like, where has this been all year? Why is he the guy that's getting 150 plus yards receiving? What happened to Cornelius Johnson? He's supposed to be our number 1 receiver. All I saw him do was drop the ball. So, a lot of drops. So, I'm going to give them a B. Obviously, if you go for over 400 yards of receiving, you're doing something. But, I don't know. Our wide receiver core is just inconsistent. The guys that should be stepping up, they're nowhere to be found. Where's Baldwin? I thought he was going to come on and be this amazing wide receiver, getting all the hype when he transferred in, but he really hasn't done a whole lot. Other than obviously those 2 bombs from JJ. Other than that, you barely even hear his name being called. I don't know if he was injured or anything like that, but not a lot of production from him. The tight ends, Eric All seems to be vastly improving. I mean, he's to me, every single week he seems to be getting better. He's already really good with the run blocking, especially being the lead blocker. But now he's becoming like a go-to guy, especially on 3rd down. Whatever his issues were with drops from last season, it looks like he's got over that and become a really, really reliable receiver. So, I'm going to give them a B. Like I said, Eric Hall was really, really good. I can't complain as far as that goes. Quarterback. So, like I said, I'm going to have to watch the game again just to see what happened as far as with JJ. You know, I would give them an A for the fact that, Cade threw for almost 400 yards. Them both in total threw for over 400 yards. But, you have an interception, and then you have a lost fumble as well. So, I'm going to have to give them a B because of that. I mean, turnovers, obviously killed us in this game. And, along with the play calling. But that's why I got to give them the B, just for not taking care of the football. Special teams, not anything out of the ordinary. Kicking game, obviously 4 for 4. Can't complain about that. Decent punt returns from A.J. Henning. So I'm gonna give them a B plus for special teams. But like I said, overall, I'm just disappointed with the result. Obviously, because we lost, but because it was a loss that I feel that it should have been our game to win. We played well enough, I feel as though, to win. We just didn't get it done, especially in the fourth quarter. Couldn't hold on to the lead. The defense let us down. When we needed them the most. And it's like I don't know what the season holds now. Season is not over by any means. Anything can happen between now and the end of the season. Teams lose. So we just have to wait and see how things go. But we need help at this point in time. So hopefully and prayerfully we play better from this week going on. And we got to win out. That's just the bottom line. We got to take care of business now. So, anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, definitely feel free to leave a like on the video. It definitely helps my channel. Leave me a comment in the comment section below if you've got this far into the video. Do you think that our season is over? Do you think that we still have an opportunity to make the football playoffs? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. And, try to share this video with as many people as possible. And if you like my content, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to make the channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. And thank you for anyone who has subscribed to the channel to date. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. And as always, go blue.